or in another trade that we saw during this NBA offseason, which is, again, this is just a start of the NBA offseason, y'all. It's just that crazy. Uh, we talked about previously that, CB3 will probably get traded again. And he did get traded again by the Wizards to the Warriors. Now, we did cover on our podcast that there was a possibility that he will probably go to the Warriors because the Warriors did pursue Chris Paul when Chris Paul was still a member of the Phoenix Suns. Now, we both argue like we don't see that really working well, but we would just have to see. And apparently, they really wanted Chris Paul. Like, they really wanted Chris Paul. So now the Warriors have Chris Paul playing alongside Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. If we don't know the stats about Draymond Green right now, but they still do have Andrew Wiggins. But they are now without the services of Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole is now a Washington Wizard. Zay, are there any additional trade details from that trade?
Definitely, man. In that trade, the Wizards acquired 2030 protected first round pick and a 2027 second rounder to the Wizards. Wizards are stockpiling these draft picks, man.
That's
also included, let me see, make sure I got this right. So it's kind of muddy with that Washington trade because CP, the trajectory is that he went from Phoenix to Washington to Golden State. So separate trades, by the way, but
yeah.
Washington has their hands in all of the draft picks. They just grabbing them all. So they got pick swaps from 2024 to 2030, basically. It's pretty insane. And I think there were a couple other role players that I just lost, but
got you. But those picks that the Warriors gave up are significant because that Jordan Poole contract is significant. As you all remember, Jordan Poole signed for an extension last summer.
Yeah.
Now this season didn't go as well as we all predicted for Jordan Poole, but there's some factors that went along with that. Precisely, more specifically, the punch that went viral and that everybody saw. Now, at the end of the season, we saw that did play a role in the postseason. After all this time, Draymond's trying to talk up Jordan Poole in the playoff game. Jordan Poole is basically ignoring Draymond. Steph criticizes Jordan Poole. He talks to Draymond Green. And now we see the results of all this, man. At certain points, you just gotta, I don't know, man. Your championship is online. You're trying to defend your title. But that clearly still being an issue doesn't help team chemistry at all.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't help. So, I mean, I do feel for Jordan Poole. I don't know the whole details about what happened. I don't know. I don't remember all the details, bro. But whatever it was, y'all did not get over it. So now we see him going. I believe Jordan Poole can average 25 a game with the Wizards. A whole new start is probably what's best for him at this point. So yeah, good luck. You playing with Tyus Jones. You got some young players over there with the Wizards.
For sure, they got some young players and many young players to come.
That's a whole lot of young players to come.
Yeah.
So you're in a situation that's not the best, but
make the best of what you have.
Yeah, you still getting paid. So still getting paid. And he is a champion.
That's a good point. He is a champion.
He is a champion. So
hey, I mean, honestly, it kind of works out if you're not really comfortable or you're not really gelling with your teammates anymore. You got to make the move. And I think the Warriors just made that smart business move. They kind of gave up some youth for the purpose of winning now. Adding Chris Paul, obviously a veteran Hall of Fame point guard. Giving up, obviously, Jordan Poole. They gave it, I found those players. Ryan Rollins, Patrick Baldwin Jr., some other young players from the Warriors. So they're giving up some youth for that.
That compromises their future a lot, honestly. Jordan Poole would seem to be like, that dude to step, after Steph, you know what I'm saying? Or to take the reins as Steph, like ages. It's tough, man. It's like you really make that decision to win now when it doesn't really move the needle for me, man. This Chris Paul trade, it really doesn't. I would have rather they traded Jordan Poole. It's tough because his trade value went down in that postseason, so that's why you had to include those picks. So, but still, I would have rather them got something in the front court to help them. A big man, something, a wing, something like that. Yeah. Chris Paul doesn't move the needle a lot for me. And how's Chris Paul going to do? We both mentioned it in the previous podcast that CP3 may have to come off the bench to be successful in the future because of his injury history and how he's getting older. But with this Warriors team here, you know how they like to move. This is a constant motion offense. CP3 is used to playing the slower pace in the half court. Will Steve Kerr adjust for CP3? I don't know.
It's a clunky fit right now as we see it. It'll be exciting to see how they work it out. But overall, it's just kind of ironic that they're in this situation, coming off a championship just in 2022, and now basically trade away your youth, adding a primary ball handler who's older. Respect the CP3, but he's older and he's just not. The style of play is different, and the funniest thing is that Mike Dunleavy Jr., new GM for new executive for the Warriors, coming in after Bob Myers.
Yeah.
He had the statement about, we plan on keeping Jordan around for a few years or whatever it was, and a couple days later he was out of there. I'm just like, dang, cold world out here, but hey, you got to make the tough moves, man. I don't know. I got to shout out my younger brother. He's a Warriors resident fan, and he's also not happy about the youth of Jordan Poole being gone, but it is what it is. It really just depends, man. What's Draymond going to do? Draymond is a big part of this team, his presence and his playmaking, energy. It matters. So,
yeah.
Want to see where that's going to go. And then if he's on board and they still have assets, they can use Kuminga. They have Looney.
Still got Moody.
If they add pieces or they make some other moves, if once we get to mid-season, we'll see how this trade. We can reevaluate it. But as of right now, I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah, same, man. And the report came out today with Draymond that, he's exploring options with other teams. Which, me personally, I don't blame him. If he's trying to maximize the bag, go ahead. But the Warriors have a strong belief that they can retain him. But if they do not retain Draymond Green, and how that roster looks right now with limited cap moves you can make, because CP3's salary is up there. Steph Curry, Clay is up there. Yes, Clay, and he's due for a big contract again. So It's like, the Warriors are in a very tough spot, and it sucks. But this team just won the championship. It's find your team in this state. It's difficult, man. That is a GM job that is hard, but as long as you have Steph Curry, though, you should feel good, But still, it's a tough job right now.
Very tough. That's just how this league works, man. One day you're up, and the next day you're trying to put the pieces back together. It's crazy. So, I would not be in the NBA executive suite, man. It's tough.
Yo, last thing about this CP3 thing, man. CP3 does say he's excited about playing with the Warriors, and he's excited to help them win some games. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention that, I feel like CP3 and Steph are rivals to a certain degree, man. These are rivals now playing on the same team. It's not to the degree where it's like, Russ and Beverly were playing on the same team. It's not that level. It's not that level of like animosity or anything. But still, Chris Paul has been eliminated by Steph early on. You know what I'm saying? When CP3 was with the Clippers, and when he was with the Rockets. You know what I'm saying? This is a team he's always had to go up against, man. With Steph Curry, and Steph Curry, one of the best highlights from Steph Curry, bro, was when he was crossing CP up, bro. And I just wonder if practice is gonna be like, bro, you know when I crossed you up, yo, that was one of that highlight, bro. Man, that was nasty, bro. But still, just I'm just wondering how that's gonna be, man. And it's Steve Kerr, like how's that gonna be, man?
The laughing in his face, then turn around. Oh yeah, that was hilarious, bro. Yeah, it's a lot of history between CP and his team outside of them being one now. It's gonna be funny, but
because I can make an argument if they got past the Warriors, the Clippers could have probably made a championship run by now. Because
they should have made a championship run. Those teams were very good.
They were, and they were favored to win. Right now, y'all, if y'all not know, you don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about these were baby Warriors, man. These ain't the Warriors as we know them now. This is before Steph made that leap, So,
oh yeah.
But man, anyway, good luck and look forward to see the moves they make. But the next move they needed to do is like try to keep Draymond. That's about it.